Hi, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to try and give you some ways to think through how to deal with the unexpected in your life. Hi, and welcome to this week's Thrive in 5. This week, I want to talk to you a little bit about how to think through the unexpected. And I think this is a really important thing because the reality of life is the unexpected shows up on a regular basis. So we have these plans, and I think many of us do. We have plans for whether it be business, family, life, personal health, all these kind of things. And we kind of create these plans, and then somewhere along the line, something occurs. An unexpected event occurs. It's often an unwelcome shock, and it takes us off course. And so really in the long run, our plans get thwarted, and so they kind of go away. And often at that point in time, it's very easy to revert into negative thinking and victim orientation, that sense that, oh, I never get this right, or this always happens to me. And that can be really detrimental to you. And I'm not trying to look at this with glassy eyes. I'm looking at it as if every day things happen in your world that are unexpected, that don't work the way you want them to. And if you want to maintain a sense of equilibrium, if you want to continue down a path of being a better and better person, one of the things you've got to get adept at is responding to those situations and not going this way, but coming at it from a different perspective. And one of the ways I've found helpful to do that is to think differently. So how do you think through these unexpected events? And something that's been helpful to me, and I wish I remember who told me this, it's in my notebook, and while I'd love to give credit to somebody, I can't remember where I heard it from. I just happened to write it in my notebook. I might have come up with it myself, but I'm not sure I did. So here's how I like to think differently, and here's how I encourage you to think differently. The first thing is, in moments when something unexpected occurs that takes you off your goal and off your path, one of the things that's really helpful to it's almost like Control-Alt-Delete your thinking so you don't go over this way, is to actually ask in this moment, what am I grateful for right now? What right now, given this exact situation where my plan has been thwarted, what in this can I be grateful for? And that's a hard one because we don't want to be. We're angry, we're frustrated, we're whatever. It's very hard, but there's something about doing that that creates a reset mechanism for us. And so what is there that I can be thankful for? And I'm going to give you an example so this will help you through, because I deal with this regularly, and I got to find ways to deal with these roadblocks, these things that take me off track. So a couple of weeks ago in our web marketing business, one of the things we discovered is that the data for a particular client had disappeared. It was gone. We actually looked at some of the data from their analytics and discovered there's none there. It had disappeared for over 2 weeks. So in that moment, the plan is to provide viable data to a client. Something takes that off track, and well, it's very easy to go, well, what happened to us, blah, 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 and go that whole negative way. The first thing we had to do was say, what are we grateful for right now? Well, in my head, the thing that we could be grateful for in this moment was we had discovered the fact that the data wasn't actually registering. It could have been 2 more weeks before we found it, potentially, but I'm grateful that we found it in that particular moment. Then the next piece of that is what's possible now that wasn't before. So we had never experienced this loss of data in this particular environment, never seen it before with any other client. It had never occurred for us before, and I've been at this 12 years and never seen that particular situation unfold. So what's possible now is we then had to go through a process of figuring out, well, how can we know when data stops working? So we actually built a whole process whereby if data stops being served, we get notified of it. There's like an alert that comes. And so that was only possible having experienced this, because if we hadn't experienced that, we wouldn't have ever got here. The third thing is there any raw material in this? And one of the things that showed up for me in this whole process is the raw material of this thing that took us off track, that was an unexpected thing that messed up the plan. the raw material there was that we created a whole new system to support our clients with. And as you think through that process, it's very easy to let the things that mess our plans, the unexpected events that show up, to just be things that pull us down. When in reality, when you look at your life, often the very best things that have come from your life are often where those unexpected things occurred, the things that took you off plan. And in that, you found something, you learned something, and you implemented something that was actually raw material for something even better. I hope that as you hit those unexpected moments in your life, this will be helpful to you. We'll talk to you next time.